Continuing the conversation around the convergence of sports, media and social networks in the tech era. We've got two people from a tech and sports perspective, so I'm going to bring them up on stage now. We've got Monish, Shah, founder and CBO of DreamSetGo. Come on down. And Manish, Upadhyay, Senior VP and Global Business Head, Sports Tech Business, Tech Mahindra. And we have someone from a tech and media perspective as well, Aprameya, Radhakrishna, co-founder and CEO of Coup. Okay, grab a seat. Okay, well, we know who you are, Vivek, but it'd be great if you could start by telling us who you are and a bit of quick background about what you do and what your company does.
So, first of all, thank you to India Global Forum for organizing this, and fantastic afternoon.
I'm Michael.
Good to hear the thoughts of Vivek. We just chatted offline before the event, just before the session. And fantastic to know, the convergence word which he talked about. I think the convergence is happening today, as he rightly said. Every part of the life, I play for a league cricket for Berkshire, and we decided there was a lot of push and pull that who will be the best 11 players who are going to play for the next game, and we decided to video record the complete game. And it's not to show the mistakes, it's about just to say how we can further improve and who are the best 11 people. On top of that, one technologist had put an AI on top of that. So I'm saying it is happening everywhere, and the reach of digital is beyond the boundaries, beyond obvious. It is disrupting us. The way, like even before, few seconds before the session, I was responding to some messages, so it's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
To introduce myself, I had a very interesting business. My name is Monish Upadhyay. I had the global sports tech business for Tech Mahindra. I'm based out of London, and we work with some very interesting Indian brands. I am pretty proud of that, which is BCCI and IPL. So if you see the digital fan engagement platform next time when you download the app, it is all done by us, and take a sheer pride in that. Thank you.
Right, going to have to be a bit quicker on the intros because the clock is going down, but
sure.
I want everyone to know who you are and what you do.
Great, super quickly. So my name is Monish, Shah, and I run the DreamSetGo business. We're a part of the Dream Sports universe and multiverse nowadays. These are common words. So we're India's largest sports hospitality and travel brand. We take clients to global sporting events, give them access to the best hospitality, tickets, legend meet and greets, and take care of the whole 9 yards when it comes to their sports travel experience. We're exclusive in India for Paris Olympics, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea. We do the Cricket World Cup, Wimbledon, F1, pretty much all of that. So excited. We use a lot of technology to enhance our user experience, and probably discuss that in the next few minutes.
DreamSetGo, I love it. And last but definitely not least.
Hi everyone, my name is Aprameya. I run a social media platform called Coup. It's a thoughts and opinions platform, best known as an alternative to Twitter back in India, and now also Brazil has started using it. So we see an opportunity to be more inclusive of thoughts and opinions by including languages, culture of each country, respecting it, and hence disrupting what's there already.
All right. Well, that's intros out the way. I'm going to dive straight in with the questions. I'm just going to keep firing questions at you until the timer runs out. So, ready? All right. So, with the proliferation of streaming services and social media platforms, how has the consumption of sports content changed? And what implications does this have for traditional broadcast networks and advertisers? Anyone can dive in first.
Sports guys, go for it.
So,
you have the ball.
Yeah, thank you. So if you see, there are two phases in this whole, I would say, the tectonic shift. One before the COVID, and then post COVID. You just lock 30 million people or 40 million people, I'm talking about UK, in the houses for 2 months. What they will do, they will just watch the content. And there are no new contents coming up as well, because everywhere the industry was stalled. Now if you see the way sports was being played, consumed, has drastically changed. I would say exponentially it has changed. The consumption has gone up, post COVID. and it has a huge impact on the linear channel. If you see the OTT market today, I'm not talking from sports, but overall OTT market is around 4 billion users are there, and around 105 to 107 billion dollar business is there. Now everyone is spending around $4 to $5 to watch the content. If you take on an average, I know there is a lot of user ID and password sharing happens. That's a different thing, but the geofencing, I'm sure it's very weak, but it has a huge impact. If you see Sky coming up in their box with a Netflix option, it says, yes, you are important for us. So OTT is becoming important, very important. And only reason why it is important is because of the experience. Vivek touched about in his pre-note saying about the Gen Z and Gen X. Today the Gen Z and Gen X, my 12-year-old son, he spends so much money on game and experiences. They don't mind spending 70% of what they earn on the payday just on the experiences.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And the experience which you get from Skybox or the experience you get from Netflix, it's a very hyper personalized experience which you get, what movies you want to watch kind of. And I think that is the biggest, the differentiator, and it is impacting hugely the linear channels.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really want that personalized content. I don't have to wade through content that they don't want. It just want it right there, on demand, in their faces. Yeah,
but so in all honesty, even OTT influences your real life decisions as well. How many people have seen Drive to Survive here? So, F1 sales in India have drastically picked up by 400% after Drive to Survive.
Oh, wow.
So, real life consumption and want to go and experience a F1 race live, it's gone up by 400%.
Yeah. Wow. So, what are the challenges and opportunities in terms of leveraging digital media platforms for greater engagement and fan interaction?
If you see challenges, the challenge is, the level of personalization which is required. I feel we are yet not there. From the gaming perspective, we are still there. But from the content perspective, I think that personalization is still required.
It's still ironing out the kinks a little
Number
bit.
two, there are, other than the subscription, there are no credible monetization models. So the video commerce or social commerce yet to be evolved. It is not yet evolved the speed at which it has to be evolved. Like I'm watching a movie and I found, suppose it's a Satya movie of Vivek Oberoi and I want to buy the bike. Can I install the television, the movie and double click on it and buy and reserve the bike? I think that has not come. The monetization business model, it is not fully evolved. So that's a challenge.
It's the beginning stages of this.
If you talk about the opportunity, talk about the world's biggest cricket stadium where we did the metaverse. We launched metaverse on the IPL finals, which is Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. 135,000 capacity, world's biggest cricket stadium. But there are 2 billion cricketing fans. The biggest challenge, opportunity for the media production houses or broadcasters or non-linear channel is to how to bring a stadium to home and home to stadium. And let me tell you, we are doing some pilots where using 5G and metaverse, we can actually holocast all of us in a Manchester United stadium as if a game is happening in front of us, kind of, or we can actually holocast the game here. So that's the opportunity. We are still missing on 1 billion or 2 billion people. We are just targeting only 150 or 200k people. Whether you go to SoFi Stadium in US or whether you talk about the Man U Stadium or whether you talk about the biggest cricket stadium. How are we bringing fans closer to the game and action? I think that is the biggest opportunity.
This is still very, like you say, really early territory, the proliferation of 5G, which kind of hasn't reached its full potential yet. I go to a lot of tech shows, you've got these amazing glasses and headsets and face furniture that's going to bring all this content, all this sports content to you live wherever you are. And when that happens, it's going to be a great moment. But we're not there yet.
Absolutely.
Does anyone have anything to add on that question?
Sorry, go
Why
ahead.
don't you go ahead?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so we're seeing a lot of development in technology when it comes to viewing experience from home as well. So the way both of us would like to watch tennis could be very different. I would like probably to watch behind the server's arm. He would want to get a whole view, probably from the net view. And there are going to be different camera angles. There are going to be different experiences. So your viewing experience will be based to your liking. You could actually pause something, check out the stats, all of that while you're viewing it. So technology over the next 2 years is going to evolve significantly when it comes to viewing sports. and that could be even carried while you're watching sports live at the stadium. So,
just to his point, I don't believe it's an either or situation, right? I do believe like my 10-year-old made me fly down from London in the midst of his shoot to Dubai to pick him up and fly to Qatar to watch Cristiano Ronaldo's what he begged me, saying that could probably be his last World Cup game that he watches. And they lost. So, but that experience, I think with companies like DreamSetGo would be well curated. And then you have a convergence of that onto the social media platforms. You have fans watching yourself, watching something that you're a fan of. And it's an interesting dynamic there, So I think that kind of engagement is a whole different gamut, because people want, to the earlier point of authenticity, people want to know who you are, who you are beyond the celebrity face, who you are beyond what you are on screen. What are your likes? What is the team that you support? How do you feel when you're emotional? They want to understand that.
Yeah, and it just kind of develops that trust.
Yes, there's the thirst for authenticity.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll just add there. So on Koo, what we've done is we've created this feature where creators can get their own subscriptions, which means, you don't just follow for free content, but you'll pay for extra content, more personalized content, interaction. So, if you're a subscriber of a celebrity, you will actually get comments back, right? You will get invited. Some lucky few will get invited to come and meet the star. So all of these experiences are deeper experiences, and discovery will happen with broader formats. But then the more personalized and customized experiences will happen with payment, right? So I think all of these experiences are coming our way.
So interesting. I'm going to go off piste a little bit. I was at a blockchain conference recently and having a discussion about content, streaming, and NFTs, and selling, I guess, unique bits of content, information behind the scenes, access to celebrities, sports people, stuff like that. This is where the industry's moving as well. Is this something any of you are experimenting with or have thought about using NFTs to be?
We're not using NFTs as a technology, because Web3 is now 2022, right? So 2023 is about AI and everything else, but we've taken concepts of it and developed it in Web2 itself. We'll keep getting more and more personalized as we start building into the Apple Vision device as well. I'll be sitting here, but probably my WhatsApp messages are on, and I'm getting distracted there. Something else is coming up on the right. So that's the kind of life that we will lead into, right? So
I see a second wave for NFTs. I believe the first one was less utilitarian, more gimmicky, more like, oh, that's the wave, let's catch on to it. But I think a second wave for NFTs, which are more utility backed, that actually have a physical utility to it, can come. I mean, imagine you're at a concert and, right there and then, a moment in that concert, a memory in that concert is being converted into an NFT, and you have a bid whilst the concert's going on, and whoever wins that bid now has access to a very private fan club of the band, or has a meet and greet with the band. Those are the things that I think will start to evolve with NFT as a market, and I think that's what's exciting. Something that's more live and current and utilitarian.
I actually agree with both of them, because we're using a lot of AI now to understand and profile our clients. I don't want to be selling tennis to somebody that loves football. I don't want to be talking about Messi to somebody that loves Ronaldo.
Bad idea.
And so we want to understand our clients better, offer experiences, whether it's watching the sports live or interacting with their favorite legends. And then we want to create a moment that they can relive forever through the whole NFT format in live sporting tournaments. And probably gamify that as well in some ways. So there's a lot of engagement that can happen in live sports as well through technology.
There's so much to grab onto, isn't there? It's almost a bit overwhelming.
Just to add, I think the NFT is a very interesting thing. So the metaverse which we launched for Narendra Modi Stadium, so if anyone has gone to that Ahmedabad iconic stadium, you'll see the lot of bats, some trophies, some t-shirts and all. So when you go into the metaverse, you can buy that digital copy of that as an NFT, and the physical replica can also be shipped to your house or your address, kind of. So that is one of the use case. But coming back to what Vivek has said and Monish has said, the fundamental question which we all are trying to answer as a society: do you know who your fans are and why they are with you? If you answer these two questions, whether it's an NFT, whether it's a merchandise, anything you want to sell, the monetization is cakewalk. Because then fan trust you. You know very much about me. You treat me as a friend or as a guest. And you take care of my personal choices. And then they definitely put the money on the table.
Actually, I want to add to the point that when Vivek was up here alone, he spoke about how easy now and how targeted it is to go to your target audience because of influencers, the key people that can. And we've seen that because what we do is we offer a lot of offline money can't buy experiences, and through targeted influencers and celebrities, it's a lot easier to go to the right kind of target audience and win their trust rather than doing an entire offline model. So technology, digital actually helps you cater and tap to the right audience in a much faster pace than you would otherwise.
Yeah, but I think for you guys, you definitely sound like you're on the ball, you're on the nose, you know what you're talking about. There are some, broadcasters, companies, small companies, big companies that, so to have a presence on a particular social media platform or change pace and, completely change their direction of how they do things, it might be quite difficult. So how can they strike a balance between, presenting an authentic voice and having a presence in these spaces? It's not as easy for everyone to kind of make that shift.
It's very difficult. Look at the BBC, right? We're in England, so look at the BBC. 1922 to 2022, 100 years. It's just about scratching into the 500 million people reached mark. And look at Mr. Beast. Every month, his video engagement is over 1 billion views. The BBC does have narratives. The BBC does have political biases or ideas, no matter how the veneer is. All legacy media have issues like that they deal with, and it's very difficult to break or dismantle that to go into something that's raw and authentic and real and honest. I mean, there's so much that you don't want to say because you may offend somebody.
Yeah.
But in your case, when you have your followers, to what he said earlier, when you have knowledge of who your followers are and what they resonate with, and you're authentic with that, they're sticking with you.
Yeah.
You're not just trying to widen the base because some data analyst in marketing came back with some numbers and said, "Oh, we need to focus on that PG now."
Do that.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." Anyone got anything to add to that?
No, so I'll give you an instance of a creator I was talking to, a leading journalist, Hindi journalist in India. So he said he was walking on the footpaths of Mumbai one day, and then a Mercedes, parks right next to him. The guy comes running and falls at his feet, right? So he's very happy that he fell at his feet, but in his mind he's like, how do I monetize falling at feet, right? And
Smart Indian.
So all of these innovations will actually help monetize these inner feelings that a broad media company would never have been able to do. So we will innovate on such things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Monetization's wide. I mean, you can look at championing causes. You can look at raising funds for issues and bringing people in for issues that you're passionate about. You can revive dying arts, dying sports. I mean, the power is immense. We're just scratching the surface right now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I really feel that we're at the beginning, something's bubbling of something amazing. So just before we end our session, I just want to ask you guys, where do you see this space heading in maybe 10 years, or where would you like it to be?
10 years, we'll be talking about something else.
Right, let's go 5 years.
done.
5 years.
2 years, man.
Look, 5 years back, if you asked about what is the 10-year roadmap, maybe they would have answered with a presentation or some thoughts, detailed thoughts. But now, if you ask about 10 years, it's a very, very big question. I don't know what technological disruption will hit us like a tsunami in next 1 month or next 2 months. We don't know about it. But my limited, understanding of this space says, and I'm going to the media part of the sports. If you see the OTTs are slowly moving, whether it's Amazon Prime or Netflix, they're moving towards, the sports from the, the commercial content and cinematic content. Now, slowly the model will change to watch per game, watch per day. Sky is already trying that out. And then, you know, there is something which we all are missing, and I feel it will create a big wave, is the IPTV, where you need not to buy any subscription, you know. When it is going to get completely legalized, when you'll have an app for it, you know, and you can watch any content, and you decide what price you want to pay it for that bundle. You can bring your bundle, kind of. So that's where I see the space will move towards from a sports.
I mean, even if IPTV doesn't happen, the micro subscriptions are definitely here to stay.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And I think we all live in a dopamine chasing world, right? So we've gone from reading a whole book and being happy about it over a few days to, you know, every hour you're getting some kind of dopamine hit by scrolling or doing whatever else. To in a couple of years, I wouldn't even say 5 or 10. In a couple of years, we'll get real-time dopamine hits, right? Like we'll be wearing our glasses all the time, and you know, as we are speaking, if I start getting likes more, as with the words that I say, I will say more of that. And I will feed into the crowd, right? So
I think there's a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, absolutely. We're heading there.
That's what I said, right? Followers are the new currency, and engagement is the new equity.
Well, it's already happening, you know, we're already in the midst of that. Okay, if no one's got anything else to add, I am going to say thank you very, very much to my brilliant bunch of panelists. Come on, give them a massive round of applause.